It's a button suit. It's a button suit. You sew buttons every day. How hard is that?
Morning, John!
Hi, Shay.
Come on in.
How's it going today? Hi, I'm John Rothrock, and I'm the president of Yale Cleaners.
He's the dry cleaning magnate of Tulsa. How can you say no to this guy?
What kind of crazy project do you have for me today?
Well, you know I love crazy suits, and I came up with this idea a couple of years ago, and I think it's finally time to commit and get the suit made. I'm kind of famous for having crazy suits, and so I was in Vegas several years ago, and I saw a costume that I thought would be a perfect suit. Okay, so in the 1980s, we had this great program called button insurance, where if we returned your shirt with a broken or missing button, we would fix it and replace it for free, plus clean one more shirt for free. And so we wanted to bring that back, and I've kind of become known as a guy wearing these crazy suits, and I thought, what better way to market button insurance than maybe a suit covered entirely of buttons? So I found a couple examples online, and it's
Is this
just...
Party Five? I love that they're all kind of uniform, and yet the texture is it's more subtle. Well, good news, John. I've got a little head start on you. I've got a couple of white and a couple of blue that I think we should be able to do something with. And what do you think about the different sizes?
I definitely like the different sizes. I think the uniformity kind of it loses a little bit. The different colors, different sizes, yes.
Good. Let's have you get into this suit so that we can make sure the fit is perfect before we start putting literally thousands of buttons on it.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
The donor
wow. Now,
it should fit pretty good. Can you imagine stripes going down the side of here? So that really makes the suit pop.
So I think we can really craft ourselves up a couple of crazy details on this suit.
I can't wait to see what you come up with, Shay.
We've got John's suit here. Let's take a look at a couple of the details. So he mentioned that he thought it would be really cool if we lined the lapels in some white buttons, which I think would be a really interesting detail, especially with the different sizes and textures of the buttons. That'll look incredible. Then we also talked about having a white imitation pocket square. So if you can kind of imagine, look at how cool that would be. Perfect. And then of course, all the rest of the suit with all our thousands of buttons. Now that we've met with John and we have the Yale Cleaners logo, we're ready to recreate it. So we're here at AHHA Tulsa to get a little help from some artist friends. I've got my buttons, so let's get started. Oh my gosh! Yes, I can see why. No big deal, just a spaceship. Now that we have Yale Cleaners logo, we need to figure out how to lay it out and recreate it in buttons. So we're here at AHHA with our friend Mary, who is an artist and painter, and we're going to try to lay out a new configuration for our logo. So I've brought some of our gear along. We have our blue fake back of the suit made of construction paper. A couple variations of the Yale Cleaners logo. This one, the 1970s original, is my favorite. How do you think we should get started with this?
I think starting with the shading would be great.
Okay.
Maybe an outline.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's stand back and take a look. Wow.
That's awesome.
Now that we've gotten to meet with the folks at AHHA, I've got a much better idea of how many buttons I actually think we'll need. 3, maybe 4,000 should cover it. So now I'm gonna set Garrison on the task of finding those buttons for us.
All right. Pawn shops. Shay says she needs buttons. I got just the place. Silver Dollar Pawn, it's right down the street and they have everything. So I'm gonna see what Tim's got for me. Yellowstone National Park Monopoly? I need buttons. I came by, my wife is working on a button suit. Almost. Nope. You would not want to get your finger in there. Okay, there we go. Get it nice and tight. 1, 2, oh, nope, I like that. And I also wanted to ask you about this silver that you have here. This bud's for you. This bud is for me.
That's a deal.
Okay,
That's a deal.
okay. Yeah, you know what, actually, now that you make me think of it, I should probably just get those buttons today. Let me set these buttons aside, and could you just price me? I do want to get the price on those Budweiser mugs. I'd like to get the price on this silver bar, and I would also just be curious to take that.
Time to look at how far we've come. So we've made a lot of progress. We've still got quite a few thousand buttons to go, but you'll notice we are missing something. So once I got this far into the jacket front, I realized that maneuvering the jacket with this amount of weight, which it's already very heavy, with the sleeve on was just gonna be impossible. So we ended up removing each of the sleeves and cutting down the underarm so that then we had this nice flat panel, each of the sleeves, to work with. After we had this idea, we realized the pants were gonna have the same issue. So we decided to cut those off too. Each of the panels now can be fully buttoned, and then we'll get back to reassembling our full button pant once that's all set. At this point, we've gone through about half the amount of buttons that I thought we were going to use. And we've covered about half of the front of the jacket, meaning it's possible we're gonna need maybe a couple more buttons.
I know exactly where to get you more buttons.
Did you?
Surplus stores, Home Depot, because I like Home Depot, the beer store, probably not like a car dealership, but maybe like they have mechanics uniforms, so they're gonna need buttons.
They literally don't sell those there.
Liquor store.
Hobby Lobby?
I don't like Hobby Lobby.
We're here at the machine, and we're gonna take our sleeve and match our underarm seams back together to make the tube before we reattach it to the suit. I'm actually not positive I'm gonna be able to turn this inside out. So we're just gonna go really slow, okay? And it's gonna be just fine. The doctor is in, I can fix anything, but I really want this to work. A sleeve. If he ever breaks his arm, he can double use this as a cast. Some of the details I chose to make more uniform. So around the back of the collar here, I chose to keep that the same. And same here with the vents. I did this little detail with all the same buttons on the vents there. We had to break everything apart so that we could actually lift it all. And then this is gonna be a pant leg, right? This is outrageous. When we took on this project, we knew that it was going to be a big project. We knew it was going to involve the whole team, all of the staff, all coming together to make this thing happen. In the end, it did take 7 of us, each with our own individual portions.
Bye, see you later. Come back next Thursday.
When we got the suit together and separated into these individual pieces, everybody kind of picked out the pieces that they wanted to do. Somebody got the legs, somebody got the arms, and in the end, all of these pieces were unique because we each remembered the buttons that we sewed on.
A little star.
And these little antique ones. Each of the team members knows and remembers the buttons that they liked. And when they see this work of art, they will remember their contribution, and we all had our piece of this huge, huge, fantastic puzzle.
I am so excited. We've been waiting for weeks on this.
Here's the box.
Is it finally finished?
Come on over, Shay Shay.
Time for the big reveal.
I've not seen the finished product.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about what it would look like, but
That's
I haven't
right.
seen it, and I cannot wait to see. So let's see what's going on here. Wow, look at that. Oh my goodness. You got the hat on the background. Does it match the head up there?
I think it does.
I think she did. That is awesome. I cannot believe you found a hat button. I mean, that is our logo perfect, dead out. Do it again, a big reveal again.
Big
Oh my goodness. How in the world am I ever gonna keep these things on? And these things are seriously heavy.
Well, good news. We planned for that as well.
Ah, suspenders. That is perfect.
Sparkly white suspenders. John, got one last thing for you. The suit looks perfect. Was missing something.
Ooh, that sugar sweet. You got what I need. Sipping on the potion. All that good emotion. Just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat. Testify the motion. Loving this devotion. Live it up, live it up, live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up where I'm going.
Almost 17,000 buttons later, and he loved it.
I'm so proud. I'm so pumped. I just ran the numbers. Was it 3,000? Was our estimate?
Well, I mean,
Almost 6 times, 6x off. Right.
So we're guessing and kind of learning as we go.
I just feel like if I didn't get you enough buttons, it was definitely not because of how I was getting them. It's inherent in the estimation.
So this is about clearing up the unicycle.
There's nothing to clear up about the unicycle.
Live it up, live it up, live it up, sweet emotion.
The $1 million question. How many buttons are on my suit?
Okay. On the jacket entirely, 7,851. On the pants, 7,989. And then the suspenders, 398. So altogether, that puts us at 16,238.